Sharia law is too dangerous for the world. And not just the world, but it's starting to be forced here in this country.
Yeah. Well, where? But that's the whole goal is to
the whole goal is to be
enforced.
forced. And I believe that's who the Antichrist is going to take over. It's going to be somebody in the Muslim belief, and they're going to you're going to be getting unalive for professing the name of Jesus here, because we as Americans don't really other countries experience that, but it's so distant that you don't know that people are getting unalive because they're expressing Jesus. But when it hits here, it's totally different.
It's going to be an uprise. And folks Americans who are Christian and about that life are not going to allow and stand for that. And that's why. But yeah, that's.
But we're gonna go through. I want to go through some Sharia law conversation on that people are having, and I just want to get more understanding and context than pretty much than what I currently have.
Yeah, this is America. We ain't playing that over here.
Did y'all catch that?
I did. I say it in clip.
Go back. It's a country where the Bible is restricted or banned versus places that the Quran is banned. Play it for the people in the back smoking crack. Roll it. Pause it.
Wow.
Look at all that.
What's the math, Nick? Is that 22 places?
22 places the Bible's banned.
Where it's either restriction or banned. Look at the name of those countries. Look at the name of the countries where there's restrictions.
What?
Would Brunei be one? My geography is crazy. Qatar, Yemen, Pakistan, Egypt, Syria, Iraq, Sudan.
Egypt.
Banned. Somalia, Libya, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Iran, Turkmenistan. That sounds like somewhere in the Middle East.
Wow.
Now, how many places ban the Quran? Zero.
Exactly.
And y'all weenies keep playing around in America. I'm not gonna get overthrown. This gonna be. I'm down the hill.
That's me right there.
But you guys, you cowards, that came up with that fake term called Islamophobia. You cowards are gonna end up getting your whole country taken over. And I really do believe people need to wake up. This is a problem.
I agree.
Stop lying and acting like it ain't a problem. It's a problem.
It is.
Now, if you want to say I'm a peaceful Muslim, then you're a peaceful Muslim. I accept that. There are a lot of peaceful Muslims.
Correct.
I think majority of Muslims are peaceful.
Yeah.
But the small percentage are extremely violent.
Yeah.
Let me say this too, before we go to the weekend. And I'm gonna read some of these super chats. Somebody go, you don't know the full story of what Netanyahu did on October 7th. You don't know either. You it's a skepticism. You have a hypothesis. You don't know what Netanyahu did. If you know, then show me evidence where Netanyahu knew something. If you want to say, I believe he knew something about October the 7th, then it's fair game. If you want to say, I believe it's possible. I don't think it happened, but I think it's possible. It's not. Let me say this. If I was Netanyahu and I had a terrorist group brewing in Gaza that's like a threat to my people every day we wake up, it's a threat. We don't know if they're going to shoot rockets or blow up themselves. It's a threat. It's a pain in my butt. And they keep doing plots to do terrorist attacks on us every day for 20 years, just every day. Oh.
This video is going to be really disgusting, but everybody needs to see what an average family looks like in a country where Sharia law is the law of the land. This is Asadillah and his family who all reside in Afghanistan. And this is Gulnaz, who is his second wife. She's actually the cousin of his first wife. 2009, Asadillah decided to rape his wife's cousin Gulnaz and got her pregnant with this kid. In any civilized Western country, Asadillah would face rape charges and would probably go to jail. But Sharia law works a little bit different. You see, because he was already married, they actually charged the cousin Gulnaz for adultery. Actually charged her with zina, which is an Islamic legal term referring to unlawful sexual intercourse. Gulnaz was initially sentenced to 2 years in jail, which later was raised to 12 years. And inside the jail is where she gave birth to her daughter. And this is not where the story ends. After her American lawyer got more than 5,000 people to sign a petition to release Gulnaz, the president signed her pardon. But in order to gain freedom and to integrate back to her community, and more importantly than anything, to legitimize her daughter, she had to marry the rapist.
Oh my
God! The government pardoned her. The government then forced her to marry her rapist.
Insane.
And then they claimed to have rescued her from shame by making her marry him. And this right here is your average family in a Muslim country under Sharia law.
You should know, Seth, that the real danger is Sharia law. Sharia law. And you can tell when you go to a place like Abu Dhabi or Riyadh, like, oh man, I hope we don't ever wind up with a society like this with a rape rate of 0, where you leave your keys in your Lamborghini and don't ever worry about it being stolen. And, you know, if people want to get wasted, they do it at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't.
Boy, I hope we don't wind up with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that, I mean, Sharia law is obviously just a punchline. I don't know that too many people actually believe in the reality of that. And I mean, sure, like I said, you know, I'm a lawyer. I actually studied legal philosophy.
Right.
Sharia is not that different from other legal codes. A lot of our own legal code, the Anglo-Saxon common law, Anglo-American common law, derives ultimately from religious authorities.
Open to learn.
That radical Muslims want to bring Sharia to the United States.
Sharia is already here.
It's here.
How is that?
Me smiling at all of you and you, we are following the Sharia. Very soon we are going to pray the third prayer of the day, which is part of the Sharia. In US, we are practicing Sharia. If I go to Chicago downtown and give $5 or food to a poor person, I am following Sharia. If I go home and take care of my parents, I am following Sharia. If I'm going up in the morning and, working to get food on the table, I am following Sharia. If I'm being nice to women, not objectifying them, I'm following Sharia. If I'm having rallies against racism in this country, I am following Sharia.
Awful. It's a terrible system of law. It really is terrible.
It's their own law. They have their own law.
So let me ask you this question. Let me, under Sharia law, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
They have their own hospitals.
In Sharia law, do you know what misyor marriage is? Do you know what misyor marriage is?
You have a lot of things to say.
Do you know what misyor marriage is? And you do a lot of obfuscating and a lot of running away. What is misyor marriage? What is misyor marriage?
I'm not having a debate with you. By the way.
What is misyor marriage?
I don't want to.
Right, I'll tell you what misyor marriage is. I'll tell you what misyor marriage is. I know you're not. I know you're not. I can tell you're not. But you're trying hard. You're like a little toddler in the deep pool, drowning. Right? Let me try and help you.
22:13 is what's in the
Under Islamic marriage, a man can marry 4 women, but a woman cannot marry, but a woman cannot marry 4 men. How is that fair for women? How is that fair for women? Show me the verse where it says they should stay silent.
Stay silent in the Bible.
No.
Yes, that's what it says. Women should stay silent. Not only that, you teach women.
You're misquoting a verse that you don't know.
You teach women to worship a man.
Stop avoiding the topic of misyor marriage and polygamous marriages.
A man is a god in your religion.
In Islam, a man can beat his wife on the suspicion that she has done something wrong. Under Islam, a man can enter into a nikah with a woman in which she surrenders some of her basic Sharia rights. But there is no marriage in which a man gives up his basic rights. Under Sharia law, thank you for admitting Sharia law has bad things. Thank you for admitting Sharia law has bad things.
And what about Christianity?
And it is.
Are you going to admit that?
Show me one. Show me one. Show me one.
What about that?
Right. So when you can engage with what I'm talking about, I'm willing to engage with what you're talking about.
How they were treated just 100 years ago in this country.
Let's talk about how Muslim women are treated today in Islamic society. Today. Not 100 years ago, today. Thank you very much. I've got
your Christian women have to worship a man. That's what
he has no point. This guy's tearing him up.
And in Islam, you justify marital abuse. In Islam, you justify secret marriages that have harmed women. Polygamous marriages are well known for causing distress and harm amongst the women and the children. In Islam, you can have secret marriages.
Wow.
Secret marriages.
A whole nother family
that's
down the
called
corner.
Adultery.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called? It's called adultery. It's adultery. Why is Islam permitting adultery? Yeah? Bring them. Bring them. Bring whichever Muslim you want. I'll debate them right now. Anyone you want. Mansour, Hashim, Mohammed Hijab, Ali Dawa, Shamsi. I'll debate anyone you want to bring.
Ain't playing.
Anybody. Right?
You have not
Right?
answered. That
You haven't answered. You haven't answered. All you've done is change the subject.
Okay.
Is it right or wrong?
He can't.
Is
He
it
tearing
right
him
or
up,
wrong
bruh.
to punish
Tearing him
people
up.
on suspicion alone?
That's how you have a
Answer
debate,
that
though.
question.
Religion still remains.
He is not backing down.
Answer the question. Answer the question. And this is going to bite you badly. In Islam, Arabs are first. In the reliance of the traveller, right? I'm just going to call
Very
it.
clever.
Yes.
It's not hate.
Hold up, man. Listen here. You could tell the guy, the Muslim guy, probably was burning up on his boots because he didn't have as much strong information,
Right.
like the other
He
guy
didn't
had.
have
The
the
guy was eating him up for lunch.
He
He was tearing him up,
He
man.
was.
To be afraid of Sharia law. It's wise, and here's why. Sharia isn't just about prayer or fasting, it's also a full legal system that governs speech, dress, marriage, punishment, and religion. Under full Sharia, women can be beaten, for example, apostates may be executed, girls forced into marriage, and LGBTQ plus people are sometimes unalived. This is a reality in some countries across the Middle East. And Islamists, not all Muslims, but a dangerous sect, want to spread that system globally. I love and respect peaceful Muslims. I will always defend their right to coexist among others and practice their faith, including parts of Sharia, in their private lives, so long as it doesn't violate our laws or the basic ethics of a free society here in America. I'm not calling out Islamism because I dislike Muslim people. Islamism is about expansion.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I speak out. In some parts of the world, they expand through brutal violence, as we know.
And that's what they want over here.
In others, it's quieter through political infiltration, propaganda, rewriting history, and taqiyya, the idea that deception is allowed to advance the ideology. And we're seeing that right now, unfortunately. There are already Sharia enclaves in Western Europe where Sharia law is tolerated over national law. And that should be a massive warning sign to all of us. Out of 1.9 billion Muslims worldwide, around 400 million support expanding Sharia law through either violent or soft jihad. That's more than the entire populations of the US and Canada combined. If we don't defend our Judeo-Christian values, we lose the freedoms they built.
That's deep.
That's very deep.
That is deep.
Let's see if there got any more else.
All right, so I hear Sharia laws coming to New York City. At first, when I heard the news, I was like, there's no way. Stop it. But then I saw the news last night, and I was like, oh, this is a real possibility. First and foremost, there's no way they had this on their bingo card 24 years ago in New York City. They're like, that's impossible. But here we is. So I think it's important to at least be prepared for it in case it does come. So let's start out with some of the basics here. So Sharia law is derived from the Quran and the Sunnah, teachings and practices of the Prophet Muhammad, guiding Muslims on religious observance, moral conduct, and various aspects of life. It's a comprehensive code encompassing rituals, ethics, and social interactions influencing areas like family law, finance, and business. That doesn't sound too bad so far. Not too bad, so let's continue, okay? So Sharia and the law and its relationship together. While Sharia provides a framework for legal matters, it acts as a moral and ethical compass for Muslims. Perfect, okay. In some countries, some Muslim majority countries incorporate Sharia law into their legal systems through the extent and specific application varies significantly, okay. Human relations, the relationship between Sharia and human rights is complex and debated. That didn't sound great. With some interpretations seen as upholding human rights while others restrict. Oh, okay. And to the examples in criminal law, Sharia may prescribe punishments for certain offenses, while family law provides guidelines for marriage, divorce, and okay, that's great. Examples of punishment, corporal punishment, like, whoa.
Flogging.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Amputation?
Okay. You know what? That's fine. We'll move on to the next thing. As long as they treat women okay. That's all I care about. Okay. So let's look at the how women's lives are impacted. Okay. So we have Sharia law provides a framework of marriage contracts, divorce procedures, custody of children. Okay. While Sharia allows men to have multiple wives. What? That's kind of crazy. Okay. Is subject to strict rules and regulations requiring fairness. Okay, that's cool. Women are generally not permitted to have multiple. Oh, okay. Guardianship. Many interpreters require women to obtain permission from a male. Obtain permission. Oh, interesting. The rest of that isn't all that important. Let's move on. Okay, personal status and laws, obedience and respect. Some interpretations of Sharia emphasize the wife's obligation to obey and respect her husband. Interesting. Okay. Restrictions on women's freedom of movement, choice, and other rights.
Wow.
Okay. Dress code. Sharia generally encourages modesty dress, but interpretation vary widely. Some communities enforce strict dress codes, like a school uniform, while others
Like only your eyes showing.
freedom. Some interpret particular in certain regions restrict women's
Freedom of movement,
restrict their
requiring to travel
right
with a
to
male
travel.
relative or to obtain permission to leave the
Wow,
house.
you can't leave. God, that's
Wow,
scary.
that
boy.
is
without
insane.
You know what? We're just gonna stop it right there. You guys don't need to see we don't need to see the rest of this.
And if you speak against it, you can get yourself hurt badly. You can get yourself hurt very badly. Thank God for Christianity, because you're not going to. I don't have to. Multiple wives. My wife isn't my pet.
Right.
But the problem I have sometimes, like with the Quran, like remember we did a video on it a while back. But it's made out to look like it's just this. It's sweet. It's got these special, understandings of it. Way completely different from the Bible. But then on the end, jihadists take this information, and if you follow the Quran to the highest level, it's about terror. It's about violence.
Yeah.
It's no peace. It's no love. That's why a lot of times over in those other countries, it's just not. The love isn't there.
Yeah.
Because they ruling everything with the iron hammer. There's no love of. They got God, but there's no Christ. There's no peace. There's no grace. There's no mercy. And I don't want to see that over here. And I noticed that there has been a low takeover, because in this country we allow everything goes until it meets our demise. You can only let in so many things for so long before it's going to overtake you. It's going to take your system you built, and it's going to overrun it with the one that they want, because you let so many of that in. And that goes for different beliefs. I believe America is a good country, but I don't believe that a lot of different faiths should be able to start here. I don't think I just don't. I feel like it needs to be the faith of the country, that how it's built is the one that's
right,
the dominant.
Oh yeah.
And anything
So
else,
far as
you got to
running
go
the
through a whole
government,
different process
yeah.
to be able to practice that here.
Well, I feel as though in regards to a president, and it still needs to be a president that's a native, or that have a faith base of Christianity.
Yes.
I don't think that a president of America should have a different religion,
No, I
because
agree.
that's how
agree.
everything starts to shift.
I agree.
And it changes.
That was my only issue with vape. That was my only issue, because it's all good until what if one day you like, no, I want to give more freedom to my Hindu people. I want my Hindu people to run more. I want to be able to, so, and then next one, then we have and soon as the thing is, the more and more you let that in, the more and more God is going to go and pull the veil. Okay, I'm going to pull my hand back and then let this terror happen. We don't want that. I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to he'll be an old man and pass as an old man on this earth without a whole bunch of world trouble.
Right.
But if we keep on doing stuff and spitting in God's face for a covenant that he established, that's why we live so good here, because there was a covenant established of this country that allows it, because we honored him. No matter how people say how, it's founded by robbers and stuff. No, okay, yes, it was. But there was a covenant of God that's still established. That's why God has protected us so long at this country and not let us be like Iran.
I believe it. And, if that's
Iraq.
what a person's practice within their individual family, like the young lady said, Officer Tatum said, if you're peaceful, hey, I don't have a problem with it. But that should not be the final, that should not be the overall faith base for this country.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Sharia law sounds dangerous, and the whole thing of having all the wives and treating your woman like a pet.
Look, and that lady, her face just looked like she was just distraught. She was in, just agony.
Yeah, I didn't see no peace.
No.
That's why when you see some of these women out
She
and
should have
about,
been running for the border.
but that's why you see someone and they'll get killed. They can. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
It's
Check
like,
my
how-
words.
how do you-
They can get hurt badly for
Mm-hmm.
doing that. And have you ever noticed? You ever running? Sometimes when you running with the women that's fully eyes closed, they don't be the most peaceful women. They kind of like. I don't really be. It don't be a lot of peace in that on that person when they pass by. It's because what they have to endure. Things that in.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's I see it creeping in strong because it's all about expansion, like they were saying with that. We all about grace. It's about accepting Jesus. It's about following Christ and living the way of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is about takeover.
Yeah. Nope. Unacceptable. It's just a shame that they treat women the way they treat
Yeah, like
them.
kind of like trash.
You know, and just to see her face is just, it's sad. She looked like she was just in agony.
So in this country, y'all, we have to be strengthened. We need more Christ believers. We need to build up the church. And I'm not talking about the church. People get it twisted when you think of the church. You're talking about the builder. No, you're talking about the people, the church, the kingdom that's within, in the body of likeness. So, all right, man, that was, I don't know, just hearing Sharia law just makes me uncomfortable. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Well, I know that they mentioned it in the New York that, was it the governor, the guy who was running, or was it the mayor, whoever the guy was, was talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely not. You better wake up, New York.
Better wake up. All right, y'all. If you want to see more content like this, comment down below. Y'all see the email address in the email list.
Smash
BrianAndJoy@gmail.com. Send us more videos and contents we can review. People have been sending stuff. They've been sending weird emails, though. so I'm saying, if you send weird emails, I'm just looking over it. I'm asking you to do specific things. Send me more content like this or things like that we can review, and then we'll review it if it makes sense.
Then you'll see it on here, and we'll shout you out.
We'll see you on the next one, man.
Love you guys.
Bye.